Gold. Spiritual gold. You know, one of the I maybe ironically with one of the people that I'm going to end up talking about in this video, I think that spirituality is something that is a term with which one can identify whether one is particularly religious or not, whether one finds themselves under any faith or not. The idea of the spirit is an idea of something uniquely human, in my opinion, and in its most precious form, poetry is spiritual gold. One of the special properties about gold um, is its density. What we have here from Emily Dickinson is only 53 words, but there is much to be had from these words. Welcome to Strip Coverlet, where we squeeze the bigger picture of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we are here for another poetry discussion, which will appear in two separate playlists here on the channel. Number one being the Emily Dickinson Poetry Discussion playlist, a playlist comprised only and exclusively of videos dedicated to the greatest poet of all time. I'll hear no arguments, but also the poetry discussion playlist, the biggest playlist on the entire channel. There's poetry on the channel every Monday at least, but I've been doing a lot more over the past 500 or so days. We're approaching 500 consecutive days of literature talk here on the channel, but the poem in question today, Forever is Composed of Nows, a video that I thought I had done some time ago and was requested, but I suppose I never made this video. It's possible also that I made the video and lost it. I have done a great deal of that in my day, but the poem itself reads as such. Forever is composed of nows. 'Tis not a different time except for infiniteness and latitude of home. From this experience here, remove the dates. To these, let months dissolve in further months, and years exhale in years. Without debate or pause or celebrated days, no different our years would be from Anno Dominis. So, this idea, all the way at the front, forever is composed of nows. This is as valid and true and just phenomenal an idea as I can fathom, right? And this was requested by Maggie, so I appreciate you pointing this poem out. That I had never done this. This is one of the maybe if you were looking at popularity and greatness of the poems on different lines, this is one of the least popular, greatest poems. I think a lot of Emily Dickinson's poems that are great get recognized as such, but I think that there is a cabal of poems from Emily Dickinson that are really, really good, really, really useful, have a whole lot of spiritual gold, have a whole lot of wisdom in them, but are not commonly recognized. Maybe I'm wrong. Forever is composed of nows is I don't know if I have ever seen it referenced. I don't know if I have ever seen it in a collection. I don't know if I have ever seen it included with anything to do with Emily Dickinson. But here's where I want to start this discussion. It is with a quote from Sam Harris. And I know everyone has their own feelings on Sam Harris. He's a bit of a polarizing individual. It is not necessarily that you like or hate Sam Harris to understand what is going on with this quote. This is during a debate. I tried to find the quote from Waking Up, which is a book where Sam Harris tried to reclaim spirituality for atheistic purposes, or maybe not atheistic, but certainly secular purposes. And I think there's some validity to that. to some extent. And there's a quote much like this in that book, I believe, but I could not find it. This quote here is a quote from a debate that Sam Harris did, where he was asked the question, if there is no heaven or hell, is life pointless? And he answered like this: take an experience like carrying your child. You pick your child up hundreds of times a day, it seems. At a certain time, your child is going to get too heavy to pick up. At a certain point, you will have picked up your child for the last time. We tend not to go through life thinking in these terms. But if we did, if we realized it's as though we were standing in front of a ticket machine at a deli counter and we're just pulling tickets, not knowing how many there are, at a certain point you pull and you've got the last one in your hand. For every experience, there will be a last time you pick your child up, and you will not have noticed. That makes life very precious. Certainly death, the final ticket, makes it all incredibly precious. It could not be more precious. That is, in my opinion, a very good representation of this poem. That is a very good talking point for this poem. Forever is composed of nows. This is an idea that says forever is sort of a nonsensical term. It's sort of like tomorrow. You will never be in tomorrow. You will never live in tomorrow. You will only have tomorrow as a future term. Forever is much the same way. You will never be in forever. If there is a forever to be experienced, it's just a collection of nows. Forever is not like, the future is not like the past in this way. The future is constantly terminating. The past lasts. The past is perhaps the forever. But what Emily Dickinson is telling us here is that if we are to hold these nows as precious as they are, as vital as they are, if we are to hold these nows that we get, the only thing that we have is now. We do no longer have the past. The future will never be ours. All we hold is now. What we do with now is completely up to us. This is something the Stoics were very big on as well, being present in the moment. Even if we are present in the moment, what Sam Harris said there rings true, and it rings true through the words of Emily Dickinson. There will be a day where you have done X thing for the last time. There will be a day when you've picked your child up for the last time. There will be a day when you have watched your last strip cover lit video. Maybe there will be a day when I have made the last strip cover lit video. Probably not. I have no evidence to suggest that I am not immortal. But everything is on a counter, and we have no idea the count. If we treat life like forever is composed of nows, if we treat life as if all we ever have is the now, how much better can we make things for ourselves and those around us? We do these stupid little things. We play these stupid little games with each other. You start thinking about something someone had said to you and you think that it does not quite lay with you correctly. You think you are offended by that thing she said. And so, instead of letting it go because probably she didn't mean it, probably he just misspoke, we will hang on to that little gripe. And we say, yeah, somewhere in the back of our mind, we know, yeah, I'm going to make him pay for it the next time I see him. I'm going to be a little bit prickly. I'm going to be a jerk. I'm going to be a real mean guy. They'll feel my power. They will understand my wrath. They'll know they have wronged the all-important me. Say it's your mother. Say it's your father. Say it's your sister or your brother. You've done this. You know you've done this. What if that next time you were supposed to see them was the last time you saw them? And you were a jerk. You were a real piece of work because the last time you saw your sister, you feel like she didn't tell you the whole truth. She was leaving something out. And then you never see her again. Forever is composed of nows. The way you act in the now is the way you are forever. Sucks, right? You want to make crappy little points. You want to be a little turd bird sometimes when you feel you've got your feelings in a bunch. Maybe you've been genuinely wronged. Maybe. What good does it do to punish your now in order to maybe get back at someone else's future? It doesn't. Exposing yourself in that way only exposes you for you. It's a small poem. 53 words. That's it, 53 words, and we have all of this. All of this wisdom given to us, laid on us, from the greatest poet of all time. The greatest poet of all time. There is no greater. If you like or appreciate what it is that I do here, hitting the like button really does help me out, as it tells YouTube to. Share this video with other literature lovers if you find yourself here by chance but not design. Literature is the only thing I talk about on this channel, dropping multiple videos every single week. And as always, I hope to have you back for the next one.